One station making history every day.
My sweet home, Chicago.
Now, John Cass.
89
You overcome the disease. You win the Tour de France 7 times. You have a happy marriage. You have children. I mean, it's just this mythic, perfect story.
Yes.
And it wasn't true.
And that wasn't true.
And that was not true on a lot of levels.
Was it hard to live up to that picture that was being painted?
Impossible.
Impossible.
Certainly, I'm a flawed character, as I well know.
WLS, John Cass, Lauren Cohn, flawed character, Lance Armstrong.
You're a liar.
You're a liar, pants on fire. Why didn't Oprah just lean over and belt you one right in the mouth, you narcissistic little weasel?
I think she was trying so hard not to. She was sort of smiling, but I don't think she imagined that every time she asked him a question, did you do this, did you do this, he would say, yes, 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 I did. I did doping, I did blood transfusions.
Here's the thing. Is everybody a doper now? Is everybody either making stuff up or doping?
Is anybody really a good athlete anymore?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what? So you saw this. So I want to know that. I want to know, do people think, is everyone a doper?
And also, I
juicer?
want to know what happens next. What's the statute of limitations? I mean, I know he can face all these civil suits from all these people that he admitted when he sued them. He sued all these people he was friends with, knowing that they were telling the truth, and he said they were lying. But he's going to face all these civil suits. But is there a statute of limitations in terms of the government?
On being a weasel jerk?
I mean, he perjured himself under oath, but the Justice Department case was closed. Then USADA's bringing up the case. So I'm just curious if there are lawyers out there that know the answer to this.
I'm curious about his friends that he ripped on, right?
Right.
And then broke with his lawsuits and power.
Sued them,
and then all his sponsors and all these people that were leeching onto him for money, using their whatever if corporate influence to break people. How dare you say this about Lance Armstrong? What did you think of the interview?
I was shocked, and I was riveted at the same time. I wanted to keep listening to all of it.
Right.
But I have to tell you, I was riveted because here he was saying all the stuff and appearing so narcissistic and arrogant at the same time. Yeah. He apologized, but he didn't really apologize.
It was an Oprah apology? You know how
it was an Oprah moment.
Oprah, I mean, the whole thing is mawkish. It's like it's another reality TV moment. He could have been Honey Boo Boo, for God's sake, okay? It's all this, anyway.
He said something that made me really mad, though. What? He said, quote, I didn't have access to anything that nobody else did. So it's like everybody else could have done this, and everybody else is doing it. And hey, come on.
So everybody's a doper, huh, Lance? Everybody's a cheater.
Ruined cycling for...
Well, actually, that's not a bad thing. Cycling.
Gone from the Olympics?
Ruin it. Because every time I walk out of the studio and I go to the parking lot and I see Dearborn, they're the Lance Armstrong wannabes are rolling through the red lights, but...
The messengers are getting in your way, Sean.
Yeah, they're getting... Today is Bike to Work Day, so put on your little Lance Armstrong bracelets, live strong, tap your heart twice.
Have an oxygen cocktail and have a good day.
Why don't you have a blood doping, too? And what was he What was he taking?
He was taking all kinds of stuff. He had these oxygen enhancers. He said he was taking testosterone. It was the EPO
cocktail.
Looks like he
could use it. What?
The EPO cocktail. Yeah, I mean, he was taking some serious stuff.
And he broke people down, right?
He did. He admitted on live TV that he was a bully. He was a bully.
Well, let's take some calls. I've got on 89, we have Art in Bridgeview.
Hey, good morning, John.
And everyone knows Bridgeview is the home of the Chicago's true football team, the Chicago Fire, because they play with their feet. Go Fire! What do you have to say, Art, about Lance Armstrong?
Well, first of all, I'd like to know why we never hear of any soccer players being busted for enhanced or reforming drugs.
I'm sure that like whenever you put money and bookies together, because people bet on this stuff.
I never see the line in the
on soccer games.
Yeah,
I think that's why soccer and hockey aren't as popular, because some guy in suburban Chicago can't put the line together and make tell Las Vegas.
You're going to make no money.
I know. Yeah, there's a guy in suburban Chicago who makes the line, and then Las Vegas picks it up, and they pretend that they did it.
Oh.
So yeah, leave soccer out of it. Lance Armstrong, weasel or not weasel?
Weasel.
Total weasel.
Yeah.
You know, thanks.
Hey, does that mean, Jeff?
Yeah.
Does that mean when I load up on Advils to go to work because of the soreness and everything, does that mean I'm doping up at work?
I'm going to ask Lauren. She's a certified nutritionist, Lauren.
Okay.
How many Advils are you taking, Art?
Well, you know, you need a few just to get started.
Every day?
And then
Because
the
you know
afternoon, and then...
you got to be careful. From a health perspective, that's not a really good idea.
Well, how many are you supposed to take?
well, how am I supposed to work?
You're not supposed to take them every day. They make your stomach bleed. But ask your doctor. You should talk to your doctor about
Okay,
this.
Art, you know what? Take a bunch of Advil, but make sure you have, like, about 6 slices of bacon to, like, wrap it, you know, in the belly, okay?
Talk to your
John,
doctor.
Does Richards have a soccer team? I don't believe they do they?
Lyons Township does, baby, and they're going to roll this year. So we'll see you in the bridge in Toyota Park like they did last year. They won last year, too. Thanks, buddy. Bye-bye. Jerry.
Yes, you know, in regards to this case, cycling to begin with, we know that you can go back 50, 60 years and they were taking drugs of one more form or another. But almost all the endurance contests, like soccer and that, you probably almost have to get to ask yourself, you know, are there guys that, you know, are taking something to stimulate them to the point of being a little bit better than their competitors? And because as far as I know, a lot of these organizations really don't hit up on the players. Like, look at how long it's taken with the National Football League. And
well, in terms of cycling, they just came out with a biological passport. They didn't have this kind of testing back then.
No, they
when
had
started.
nothing. And so they and this has been going on for decades that they had that guy that...
Well, there's certain drugs called performance-enhancing drugs, and then there's others called performance-enabling drugs, like coffee in the morning.
Right.
Thanks a lot, Jerry. Thanks a lot, Jerry. We've got Rob in the car. Rob on 89 WLS.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, just was thinking through all this thing with Lance Armstrong, the name Sheryl Crow has not come up since they used to be an item, and then kind of it was like this celebrity-type couple, and then all of a sudden it broke off. Maybe WLS ought to send out a feeler to one of her agents and interview her, and nobody's done that, even Oprah. I'm surprised Oprah didn't do that.
When was he dating Sheryl Crow? Was that after he left his wife, Lance Armstrong?
Yeah, they were a big item.
Left his wife
for
Sheryl Crow.
Really? Well, we're going to get back to, we're going to be coming back in a bit and get back to more of your calls, but at 591-8900, or you could text us at WLSAM to 68683. But before we go, is there anybody you can believe now?
I know. There are all these amazing athletes in all these different sports, and you got to wonder, is anybody just a regular Joe winning a good sport?
When you had endurance, the way I judge an endurance test is you fight the Persians for 8 hours with sword and shield, and then run 26 miles to Athens and say we've won, and then you die. Okay, that's the real marathon. Okay, that's how the real marathon happened. We'll be back with more after this. John Cass, Lauren Cohn, 89 WLS.
Yes or no? In all 7 of your Tour de France victories, did you ever take banned substances or blood dope?
Yes.
In your opinion, was it humanly possible to win the Tour de France without doping 7 times in a row?
Not in my opinion.
Not in your opinion, you lying little weasel? How's this? I take my hand. Everybody take your hand. Open your palm. Point it at, thrust the open palm at Lance Armstrong and say, nah, fisaido, which means take it, take a mutza, blow on it.
The arrogance with someone like that could think that he could just get away with this for all these years. And the part that bothers me the most is him lying and attacking his friends when he knew they were telling the truth.
Let's take a call, Lauren. How about that? Okay, Ralph in the South Burbs, you're on WLS 89, talking to John Cass and Lauren Cohn.
Hi, John. Hi, Lauren. Hey,
Hey.
After this, what can you believe from any athlete or really anybody about anything? The guy never backed down. He won lawsuits. But that brings up a whole lot of questions in my mind. There's no way that he did this without bribing people, all the tests. I mean, some of these tests are so sophisticated. They can pick up things at the 10 to the minus 9 or 10 to the minus 12 level in samples. How did he pass all that? All the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
And that was a
all
big
those
question.
years.
Right, and Ralph, that was a big question Oprah kept hammering on him last night, and he kept answering basically evasively.
He danced around it.
He danced around it, not wanting to sort of give he said, I didn't give anybody money, but he also wouldn't throw the community, the cycling community union, under the bus either. He alluded to it,
Because
but
he
he
still
wouldn't.
wants to make money off it, right? Thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks, Ralph in the Burbs. He still wants to make money. Tony, in the car, you're on. Your dime, your dance floor. Are you dancing on the face of that lion little weasel, Lance Armstrong?
Hello?
Tony.
Yeah,
I said, Tony in the car. You're Tony in the car.
Yeah, hey, how you doing? I kind of allude to a little bit what that last caller was talking about is I think that, and this what brought up red flag to me. When his other teammate he knew what was going on in the bus. Okay? Years ago this was going on. And nobody brought it to anybody's real attention. Now there's been more than 7 Tour de France France's since then. How many more cyclists out there, potential other winners, may have been doing the same thing, but it hasn't been brought to light on those guys too. Now I don't agree with what Lance Armstrong did, but I just started thinking about it. I'm like, maybe there's some more underlying things going on in professional cycling that we really don't know about, and Lance Armstrong gets to be the guinea pig on it because he's the winner. Let's deface the winner.
Yeah, well, he deserves to be defaced, okay? With a big mutza right in the face. Here you go, again.
Not disagreeing with you that one, but it just seems like there's a bigger issue here at hand, and maybe he wasn't giving up all the facts because it might incriminate other riders.
Well, and he didn't. He did not want to talk about anyone else. He wouldn't throw the doctor under the bus. And he did say the tipping point was Landis and the comeback. Perhaps if he had not come back. But I think when Landis came out and Landis was caught, it all was revealed.
Hey, Larry in St. Charles, you're a little complaining here. I hear a little whining going on from you. Is it true?
Yeah, there's a little bit there, Mr. Katz.
Okay, Mr. Larry.
Bicycle. Now, for starters, they get, maybe 0.001% viewing. No one really gives a care about that. And it's entertainment. Sports entertainment. Everybody's getting on the baseball bandwagon with the guys doping. If you go back before that, there were guys using methamphetamines. There's guys using all kinds of stuff. In fact, drugs in sports to enhance the play, to mask the pain, to increase performance. It's been going on since sports have been around.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, okay. Babe Ruth wasn't drinking beers in the dugout. I mean, come on.
What's wrong with drinking beer in the dugout, man? Don't you?
A couple beers takes some pain away.
That's not human growth hormone or EPO, though. There's a big difference between that.
It's not being
with all the important things going on in the world and in this country and everything else going on.
Yeah, well, you know what an important thing is? That, as Jake used to say, John, the clock is your friend, the clock is your friend. So, John Cass, Lauren Cohn, back after this.
89 WLS. When you want Chicago's classic hits, turn to 94.7 WLS. For traffic and weather info, tune in to 890 AM WLS for traffic and weather first on the 5s when you need it most.
89 WLS, John Cass, Lauren Cohn. We're talking about the Mutza-worthy, palm in the face,
narcissistic,
lying little sack of
can't say it.
Durbin. I don't know. I don't
can't say it live on the radio.
Yeah. Anyway, Bethany in the car.
Hi, John.
Hi, Bethany. You're talking to John and Lauren. What's up?
I just wanted to say that a well-known comment in our house is a slick dick Durbin. I'm sorry if I've offended you, but So it kind of sounded like that with Lance.
Yeah, you didn't feel like he was sincere in his apology, did you?
No. And, Dick Durbin, I believe it was a couple of years ago, used that comment when he apologized for, a misuse of words, and he made the statement, I'm sorry if I've offended you, boss.
I think it was comparing the military to stormtroopers. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Bethany. Sean, Melwood Park. You got 10 seconds.
Listen, what amazes me is the conviction in which this guy lied for years. And if I may revisit the first hour to our friend Hayek, this is why man is not meant to have the trust or rule other men. This guy for 8 years lied more convincingly almost than the intern molester Bill Clinton. And everybody bought it. And lawsuits were filed that he won. And the entire time, it was a bald-faced lie because he was seeking what he wanted, and he would have lied, cheated, and stole, just like our many politicians. Pick one.
Lesson learned. Don't lie because it'll come back to haunt you.
Thanks, Sean. But you know what? I guess you get away with lying in this country if you've got money behind you and you're making money for other people. And once you can't make money for other people, then you're a liability. Right? I think that's how it works, Lauren. And maybe he was at the phase now where he just couldn't make money as much for other people, and you start losing friends, and you get caught.
I think if he got caught,
I'll read a text here from 219. Why did he talk to Oprah? I actually think he hurt himself more. I think worse of him now than I already did. I don't get it. You don't get it? He talked to Oprah because in one way they're both similar personalities, right? It's like two
She's about redemption and giving you your opportunity.
She's about TV redemption, which is different than being on your knees in a dark room praying to the Lord that you made a mistake.
She needed to revive OWN, and she did.
Well, when we come back after the break, we're going to be talking to an amazing character, Dr. Michael Baden. You know him from HBO as the forensic pathologist of the stars.
Most well known for the O.J. Simpson trial.
Right, because he could tell us about the exhumation of the body of the lottery winner. I want to know what's going on with that. They're pulling him out right now out of the ground. This is John Cass, Lauren. You can come back after this break, and we'll be here waiting for you at 591-8900 WLS.
Don't get caught up in anything foolish. Play solid basketball. Let the clock be your friend.